I'm in the market for a new car. I've found some exploits, you might want to call them, with AutoTrader.co.uk and DoneDeal. DoneDeal is like the Irish version of Craigslist. They sell cars, but they sell a load of random stuff as well. And AutoTrader is just for cars. I'll cover the DoneDeal exploit first. I'm just going to pick a random vehicle here, and the location says other Tipperary, which is kind of vague. It doesn't tell you anything more specific than that. I wanted to see if it was possible to pinpoint these things to a more specific location. If you use the element inspector, you can find the location of the image, and the location of the image, the actual file name has some base64 in it, which I gotta say, guys, don't do this. Don't develop a website like this. There's actually some potentially quite sensitive information inside these base64 encodings. In particular, we have a link to the original file hosted on Amazon AWS. These files are the untouched versions that the person who created the advert uploaded. This means that they don't have any EXIF stripped from them whatsoever, and they're the full-size image, so not only can you zoom in and read their tax disk information or whatever else they might not want, you can actually scroll through all the EXIF data that they decided to leave in it. The EXIF for that bike didn't really have anything juicy, but I got really lucky with the next car. I was actually really surprised to find not only the GPS coordinates of the image, but the orientation that the phone was in when it took the photo. I guess that must be an iPhone 5S thing. If you match it up with the image, you can actually check that it looks legit. You know, there's a big lake behind them, or there's the sea behind them. I made a Chrome extension that does this automatically. It creates these links on the top here, the EXIF links, that I can go directly to Jeffrey's EXIF viewer and view them that way. It's not like it's difficult to do or anything, you just script it. Alright, on to the AutoTrader hacks. One of the annoying things about AutoTrader is it requires a postcode for searching, not only just putting an advert down, but you have to have a postcode to search. People from Ireland don't really have postcodes. We kind of do now, but historically we didn't have them. Google Maps makes it easy to steal one though. If you put in a postcode and you click national, as long as you click national, then it will show you all the cars in the UK, which is what I want, because there's no real limit. To me personally, I'll buy a car, it doesn't matter where it is, I'll travel to get it. I'll pick a random model just to get started with, doesn't matter for my purposes. This method works on all cars, whether it's a private seller or a trader. I use some JavaScript tricks, and private sellers and traders have different HTML classes. That's why I bring it up. So there it says 96 miles from S1 to PT, which is Cosmopan Asian restaurant. What you could do here is use the built-in Google tools to try and triangulate stuff manually. You could do several searches from different postcodes for the same car, and you could triangulate it manually on Google Maps. That would give you a rough idea of where it is. I don't know about you guys, but my Google Maps wants to work in kilometers. And you can kind of guess it. So I have a script up there that I can click on over and over again that will build a triangulation map for me, and it saves the data in the local storage in JavaScript, and then whenever it's got enough data points, I can actually redirect to a web page I've made that uses those points and graphs them out. This video is in real time. Notice that the postcode is changing every time the page refreshes. All I'm doing is clicking that bookmark over and over again. I could have built this into a server-side application, I just chose not to. We get redirected to a simple web page. Everything here is client-side, uses the Google Maps API to draw these circles. This car is clearly in Bedford. That didn't take any effort at all. That just took about 20 or 30 seconds of me clicking a button over and over again. And I found within a few miles where that vehicle is. And some of the postcodes in England, depending on what postcode you've entered as for the location of the car, some of them are very specific, like within a few miles. Just to prove it wasn't a fluke, we'll do it again with another car really quickly. The very first car that I used this tool on, I actually found the exact parking space that it was in.